What are the analysts saying here about containers? I mean, this thing is going to be massive. They're saying 500 million new apps are going to be deployed as containerized applications by 2024. 75% of enterprises are stating that they're going to be running containerized applications by 2025. But I think what's most surprising to us is that most organizations, only 52% really are realizing that existing data protection tools are not adequate in this new space. The what we call legacy or data protection tools designed for physical workloads, traditional virtualized workloads, or even operating system workloads up in the public cloud. Organizations are slowly starting to realize that they need new tools, that this ecosystem is different and it's changing and requires new tools for day two operations in Kubernetes. The real takeaway is that the threat of ransomware is not going away, even in this new space. I've ripped a few headlines here just recently about Kubernetes. I think there's a possibly an incorrect feeling out in most organizations that Kubernetes is a safer environment to run applications. That there's that there aren't malware, there isn't ransomware, that there are less security flaws in containerized applications. It certainly isn't true. I think that there's more meaty targets still today in traditional workloads. But as we see the shift into Kubernetes, you're going to see more, ransomware, malware, organizations that are really out there, attacking. They're using this as a business model, right? Fundamentally, it's a money-making venture for most ransomware makers. They're going to start attacking softer Kubernetes targets as more primary data moves into the Kubernetes ecosystem. So what are some of the top challenges that we're seeing out there? We have a front row seat here at Kasten by Veeam of seeing all the challenges from a data security and data protection standpoint in Kubernetes. Number one, these aren't unique to Kubernetes. Misconfiguration, lack of least privilege separation is number one. I think there's this, this is a new environment, new ecosystem. There's still a skills gap that we're seeing out there for a lot of organizations. So there's still just general misconfigurations that are allowing bad actors in the back door of their environments. Lack of visibility is a huge problem right now in these environments. Understanding how the different containers talk to each other, how do applications even function from a security standpoint inside of Kubernetes. That visibility into the environment is causing a lot of soft targets right now in the containerized world. And then advanced persistent threats. This is your typical 0 days data security, data application flaws, data security flaws. 0 days exist in open source applications and open source projects. There are security flaws out there that you need to be protecting yourself from. So data protection, disaster recovery, ransomware protection is fundamentally important to getting over the hump from day one pre-production environments up into day two production ready environments. You're going to need data protection solutions that are fundamentally designed for these new environments and understand these new environments.